The passing away of former Defence Minister George Fernandes, who passed away this morning at around 7 a.m. in the national capital.
Well, he was suffering from swine flu for the last few days.
Now, he is in fact served in many capacities in the government. He, remember, was the founder of the Samata Party. He was a key member of the Janata Party. He went on to hold several ministerial portfolios, including communications, industry, railways and defence. He served as India's Defence Minister for a period of nearly 4 years. In fact, he became Defence Minister on the 21st of December 2001 under the Atal Bihari Vajpayee government, then went on to serve, in fact, until 2004. He had two terms in office, in fact, between 1998 and 2001, and then once again in 2001 in October up to May 2004. He also served, as I said, as Minister of Railways and a Member of Parliament from Bihar in the Rajya Sabha, where he served, in fact, from 2009. Let's go across now to Times Network's consulting editor Vinay Tiwari joining us on the phone line. Vinay, thanks so much for speaking to us and joining us on the broadcast. Sad news here, the passing away of a man who's worn many hats in Indian politics.
Yes, he has, Viren, and I think he's perhaps the most underrated politician that India's ever had. I mean, his role, his contribution and his style and persona is something people don't remember at all, because he's just not written about or talked about in many ways. I mean, I don't know how many people perhaps remember or realize that it was George Fernandes who actually took an unprecedented decision of throwing out coke from India, which perhaps led to the first indigenous homegrown FMCG industry in terms of thumbs up. He was also the man who actually introduced Konkan Railway. A lot of people who use it today perhaps do not know that as a railway minister in 1989, it was George Fernandes who introduced Konkan Railway to India. There is one other thing, Viren, which I think most viewers who've been around at the time would know. There was this photograph of George Fernandes in jail during emergency with chains around him. It was almost like a Bollywood picture. And that picture became a kind of an iconic image of the trade union movement that was very, very strong in the 70s and the 80s in India. And that movement is perhaps the reason why, despite being in jail during emergency through the late 70s, he won his seat. He was from Karnataka, a man who went and made Bihar his home and ended up winning an election from inside the jail against the mighty Indira Gandhi at that point of time. Was something completely epoch-making. So quite a remarkable politician, Kiran. I also remember him as a defense minister in Delhi with a house where there were no guards. You could walk freely inside and outside his home. I've done that myself, and it was unprecedented, where you could actually walk into somebody's house as a minister of the union without any guards. And just one last thing to add to the dramatic things he has done. As a defense minister, he once punished 3 defense ministry officials to be posted in Siachen because they were slow in providing snow scooter approvals to the Indian Army. And that he thought was the right punishment, because he said they need to know what it feels like to be in Siachen. You can't figure that out sitting in the comfort of Delhi. So quite an unusual politician, a street fighter, and a man who perhaps is the most unsung politician India's had for a while, Viren.
Right. Vinay, you sum it up very well for us. Thanks very much for joining us this morning.